Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name's Meredith E. Phillips, and today we're going to be talking about April and all of my goals for the month of May. We're trying a little bit different of a setup in my little cozy nook. If you didn't see the video where I put this space together, I'll link that below for you. It's been amazing. I love having this chair here and having my little side table, my little lamp. It's very cozy. And I'm really glad that I put this together for myself. So let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm going to review the things I did and didn't accomplish in the month of April, and then kind of look ahead to the month of May and share what I'm hoping to get done in May. So in terms of writing, the first 2 weeks of April, I took off of writing because in the month of March, I had worked really hard to finish draft 2 of Project Model Rom-Com, which I did accomplish, and I was very proud of myself. I had worked really hard in March and I needed some time off just to let the draft sit a little bit. So that's what I did the first 2 weeks of April. I didn't do any writing. My plan for the rest of the month was then to start draft 3, and the first step of that process I thought was going to be simply rereading draft 2 and just sort of getting a feel for what needed to be fixed or updated or changed or whatever. I did reread draft 2 over one weekend. I vlogged it. I'll put a link to that vlog below if you missed it. It was good. I was, okay. I saw definitely things that needed to be fixed. I saw some things that I thought I did well. And so I didn't take notes or anything like that. I just read through the entire book as it currently is. My plan after that was to then start doing something. I didn't really know what, but do something to, start fixing stuff. As of filming this video, it's Saturday the 30th, right? Yes, it's Saturday the 30th. I was supposed to do some work last weekend, but we'll get into things in a minute and you'll see why I really wasn't able to do a whole lot last weekend. So as of filming this, I haven't done anything except reread it. Now I am planning to do some work on it this weekend, today and or tomorrow. So hopefully you'll have a vlog this Friday showing what I was able to do. But yeah, I really haven't done a whole lot of work on draft 3, unfortunately. That wasn't really my plan, but again, we'll get into all the things. We'll get into it in a minute. My plan for May is to work on draft 3. Again, like I've said this a couple times in some of my vlogs and previous videos, like I don't really know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm going to start with. I don't know how long it's going to take me to feel like I've completed a draft 3. So, I don't, in terms of like a goal or in terms of what do I want to have done at the end of May, I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't know what's realistic or possible for me to do within the next month. So my only real goal, it's not really even a goal, but I just want to work on it. I want to work on it consistently, and super excited. I have an opportunity in the second week of May to do a bunch of work on it. A bunch. I have so many plans for this month. I'm really excited. I'll share all of the things a little later next week, I guess. Maybe on Friday you'll see a little bit of it. We'll see. But I've got a lot planned for this month. I have an opportunity to get a lot done, and I'm going to try really hard to really utilize the time that I'm being given this month. So that's really it for writing. Just making good headway in draft 3. Reading goals is another thing I have on my 2022 goals list. I've really kind of given up on trying to read a certain number of books every month. It's really, some nights before bed I read 20 minutes. Other nights before bed I'm reading like an hour. It just depends on what time I actually get in bed and how tired I am. And so I have read some books this month. I don't know how many, maybe 2. And I'm fine with it. I'm really just reading for pure enjoyment at this point. I'm not reading any craft books at the moment. I'm not reading anything where I'm like really trying to like learn something from it. I'm just reading because I want to have fun with the story and with the characters, and that's it. So in terms of reading enjoyment, I've been doing great. And of course, for the month of May, same thing. I'm reading before bed most nights, and I'm happy with that, and that's what I'm going to keep doing. For social media goals, I feel like I failed in April. April was supposed to be like my big comeback month on YouTube and everything because I took March off of making videos. And I missed 2 videos this month. I missed 2, which is, you know, again, in the grand scheme of things, is that really a big deal? Absolutely not. But there's a part of me that's like, oh, I feel bad about it, which is dumb. But anyway, so I did do quite a few videos this month, and it is what it is. There were definitely extenuating circumstances for certain ones. But anyway, for May, again, I have a bunch of fun stuff planned, and I'm going to share it with you in May. And so I have the whole calendar of May is booked with videos, and I should be able to do them. Crossing our fingers unless something crazy comes up, but hopefully we'll be able to get those videos out in May. Moving on to personal life, personal goals. The big thing, of course, that happened this month, you know, if you saw the little comment I left on my morning routine video, but we did unfortunately have to say goodbye to Nibbles, Nibbly Wibbly, our little bunny boy. He was very old. He was over 10 years old. He would have been 11 in August. And he just had a lot of different health issues. And so on Monday, April 25th, we did decide to have him put to sleep. And that weekend before, I knew it was going to be really soon. Saturday he was doing okay, like he was still not doing great, obviously, but he was stable. Sunday morning, the 24th, I woke up at like 5:30 or something crazy. I changed his diaper, I did all the things, put him back in his pen. He was okay. I went back a couple hours later to check on him again, and when I picked him up, I saw on his knee he had chewed off all of the fur, like this big, like an inch and a half long patch where he had just chewed all of the fur off, and it was just bald, and the skin was all red and irritated and inflamed. It wasn't bleeding, which was good, but it just looked horrible. When I saw that, I just thought, this is it. This is the last thing. You know, he had arthritis, he had a cataract, he had the bladder issues, and then this, and I was just like, I don't know if he's coming back from this. Rabbits will pull out fur if they are really stressed or if they're in pain. And so I knew if he was doing this, he must be in too much pain for the medicine that we've been giving him to be doing anything effective. So I emailed the vet, and on Monday morning they said, yes, please do come in. And I was pretty sure, as we were packing up to go, I was pretty sure we were not going to be bringing him home. So we got down to the vet, and they were like, we could try upping his pain medicine dosage, but we were already giving him so much. If we increased it even more, he would just be like comatose. So it didn't really make sense, and it wasn't going to solve any major issues, you know. So we decided it was time, and we got to say goodbye and send him off to go see his Tilly girl, who's already over the Rainbow Bridge. I know she was waiting for him, and yeah, it was a sad day. We knew it was time, and I didn't want to keep him around if he was just miserable and in pain. I will say, as difficult as it was to make that choice, it was an infinitely better experience than we had last year when Tilly passed. If you were here last March 2021, her death was real rough. It was very sudden. It was traumatic. There was a lot of guilt I felt. Afterwards, I felt like, oh, I should have done this, I could have done that, you know, all these things. And I didn't feel like we had a chance to say goodbye to her. You know, like it was just awful. And this was so much better. This was calm. It was peaceful. He was as comfortable as we could possibly make him. We were with him up until the last moments, and the staff there is amazing. Like the nurse, or not nurse, she's a vet, but the vet we had with us was just like the most calming presence. She was so gentle, even after he had passed. Just the way like she picked him up out of the carrier to take him away, like she was just being so gentle, and it was good. It was really sad, but it was also just an overall peaceful experience, which is the most I could have hoped for in the situation. So we did opt to have him cremated. So in the next week or two, I should get a message saying he's ready to be picked up, and then I can bring him home for the last time and put him and Tilly, put their little cremated boxes next to each other, and they can be together on the shelf together. I don't know. But yeah, so anyway, that was rough. My plan for that weekend, I had planned for Saturday to be like chores and video creation and taking Jade to the dog training and like doing a whole bunch of stuff. And then Sunday I had planned to do a bunch of writing and vlog and all that. But there were other stuff. That day was a disaster. Like even before I found Nibs and the issue there were like 3 or 4 other things that happened before that were just like, it was not a good day. So anyway, after I found Nibs especially, I was like, okay, I'm not in a headspace to write about like romance and love right now. So I was just like, I'm just gonna try to make sure he's comfy, and that was my day on Sunday. Aside from that, the dog training for Jade has been going well. We were supposed to have a class today, but it was canceled because the dog trainer was sick, so it'll be next week, I guess. But anyway, that's all going really well. She's learning the commands and doing them. It's just very exciting. In terms of health and fitness goals, of course, one of my goals was to make sure I'm taking the dogs for a walk every afternoon. I've been doing really well with that. I have missed some days where if it's like raining. There's been a couple days where we've taken them to the dog park instead. So we're not really like, I'm not walking, like the dogs are getting exercise, but I'm not really. But aside from those couple days, like we've been going every day for walks, which is good. I'm also doing a very good job with eating lunch every day. I forget if I said this. I think I said this in my last wrap-up video from the end of March. I found that what I really want for lunch is something hot, like a cooked lunch, which is so privileged, but anyway, that's what I want. And so I found if I can find something that I can put in the oven and let it bake while I'm taking care of bunnies and pets and stuff, then it's ready and I can eat it, and I'm eating a lunch. So I'm like, this is good for me. So anyway, I've been doing good with that. I had been keeping track of a lot of this stuff in my planner. I'd been doing like the little bullet journal style grid thing, and I was keeping track really steadily up until that weekend with Nibs, and then I just haven't even looked at it. So I'm going to try to do one for May and get back on track with, checking off the things that I do. In terms of mental health, I'm doing pretty okay. Even all of the stuff with Nibs, like that was upsetting and sad, but not traumatic. So I feel like I've been doing pretty good this past week. I have some really exciting mental health break coming up in May, which I'm so excited. I can't wait. You'll find out more in a little while. I've also been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, so that helps. In terms of home projects, we got our landscaping finished, which I'm really excited about. It took them like 2.5 days to finish everything. It looks amazing. We don't have backyard pond anymore when it rains, which is great, because the big problem in our yard, if you didn't know, was that it doesn't drain. It would rain and we would get big pond, and then the pond would just be there for like a week. Just stagnant water, which is a breeding ground, of course, for mosquitoes. And here in Texas, you know, there's a lot of mosquitoes down here. So like, it was just disgusting. And especially with the dogs, then like we couldn't let them run around because it was all muddy and disgusting. So anyway, we had a bunch of draining stuff put in. We have a sump pump now. They put down a bunch of sod. It looks fantastic. The only like mini problem at the moment is because they put down all the sod to replace the junk they tore up. You have to let the sod just sort of sit for a couple weeks so that it can get rooted into the ground and everything. And so we can't let the dogs out there yet to like run because they're just going to tear up all the sod. We still have to keep them inside, and like, I mean, we're going outside a little bit to let them go to the bathroom and everything, but we're trying to be really careful with not letting them run on it. Otherwise, all of our money is going to go down the drain. But overall, we're very happy with the results, and it works. We had a big rainstorm earlier this past week, and it worked perfectly. All the drains worked, and then like the next day, it was all dry. It was amazing. Finally, in terms of other home projects for the month of May, I do have some things up my sleeve. I'm really excited about them, but I'll share a little later in the month when I'm actually doing them. So stay tuned. So yeah, that was my April. Some highs, some lows, some in-betweens, and my goals for May. I'm really looking forward to May. There's a bunch of fun stuff happening that I'm excited to get to share with you and experience for myself. And yeah, I think I'm hoping it'll be a good month of both relaxation and getting some work done. So let me know how your April went. Did you get a whole bunch of writing work done? Was it a terrible month for writing? Did you do Camp Nano? I know Camp Nano was happening. I wasn't paying any attention to Camp Nano, but let me know if you participated, how that was for you. Let me know what your goals are for the month of May. Are you excited for May? Do you have anything fun coming up, or is it just like another month of your life and you're like, let me know what's happening in May for you. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure you click the subscribe button so you get all those fun May videos that I'm going to be doing on Tuesdays and Fridays. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! Is there a spot on this? There we go. I think there is. Not every single day, but I'd worked really hard in April. But I'd worked really hard in May. What? Ugh.